So this morning we're at KPMG and we're having a fantastic session around agile leadership with MetaView. And you know, something like agile leadership is becoming increasingly important as our operating environment becomes increasingly unstable and uncertain. It's becoming extremely difficult for many organizations and many leaders to navigate rampant change that's happening at an exponential pace. And so it becomes increasingly important to start revisiting our leadership mindsets and paradigms, revisiting some of the entrenched behaviors as leaders, and becoming more agile and understanding what that means not only as leaders but also for our organizations.
Today's session was great, very interesting. We started off with a bit of a networking session. The egg coloring session was a very good icebreaker. But very quickly it became clear how, following a different approach, we were encouraged initially to just plan, follow a traditional approach, plan, produce something, and then do a review. Whereas at a later stage, we did in shorter intervals. You know, what was the issue? We reflected on what went well, what didn't go so well, and what was the lesson learned. And I think that is a representation of the whole agile environment. And that really gave us a lot to think about. We had a debrief where we discussed in detail how the different participants perceived the improvement.
My thoughts on the session today was that we actually addressing quite a pertinent issue in South Africa, the agility of leadership, and it's quite challenging because it's new. It's a new way of going forward. And if you look at businesses today, many of those people sitting at the top have not been brought up this way. So in an instance where you have multi-generations within the business, it's going to be about mastering a collaborative way forward. And I think it starts with the mindset. I think I would implement the strategy, just starting with certain smaller business units, just to test it out and phase it in and review and see what's working and what's not, and then take it forward. But I think much of the work has to be done beforehand, where you actually prepare the people for change. I think the agility model is bold. I think that it requires a lot. I think it is preparing us for the future that is and is to come. So therefore it's about reassessing really what our all-encompassing abilities and putting all of those in the pot.
So we've just finished the event. It was a fantastic, very interactive and engaged discussion. I think a lot of the leaders present really applied their minds and got stuck into why this was important, how it could be applied to their organizations and so on. And I think ultimately we all left with a far deeper sense of what agile means, what agile organizations are, how they're defined, and what our role is in driving our organizations to become more agile and more adaptable. We thought it was a fantastic end to our leadership series this year, and really looking forward to continuing the conversation next year when we start looking at structural resilience and how we build structural resilience into organizations for greater sustainability in what seems to be increasingly uncertain times. We're really looking forward to seeing more leaders at our future events, seeing more of you, and really engaging and learning from each other in this space, and tapping into each other's experience and different perspectives in different organizations, different sectors, and different predefined ideas about what leadership should be and how that should change and shape going forward.